Welcome back everyone. This is very weird to be basically vlogging my day. In terms of reference, today is the 27th, so this is like the official first vlog back from Cologne. It was a very wonderful time, but I have a whole separate video about the art and what happened and all these lovely little bits that went with it. But basically, it's my day off today, and I thought I'd just bring you along because I've got a couple of little bits to do, including sending off my photography bits to be developed. So if anyone doesn't know, I have this other camera that I was given by my granddad. It's an older fashioned camera. It's a film camera, but it's a digital film camera. So it processes something like this, which then translates into like negatives. I'm just gonna sent off to be developed because there's a lot of pictures actually on there. I think it's from when I did my gap year when I was 22 to 23. So I'm 27 now, so that's about 4 years old. I don't know why it's taken me this long to do it, but that's basically what's happened. Yeah, I've got to do that. Then I've also got to go to Wilko's to pick up some decoration bark for my garden. And I've also got to get my eyes tested, as well as doing a little bit of shopping. So I thought I'll bring you with me. I've also got some other parcels to send via the post office and via the nature walk, so I'll take you along with that as well. I just thought I'd just dip in and say hello before, basically to give some context to what's happening today, because if I just dropped you in, you'd just be like, I don't know what you're doing. So yeah, but other than that, after that, I think I'm going to be playing on some video games today, but I've also got to do some art admin, so I'll do that first before playing the games because it's a bit chaotic. And it's one of those days where you're like, okay, I've got a day off work, but I've got too much to do. So I kind of need a day off from my day off, but as an adult, it's hard to do that. Yeah, honestly, I've got so much to do, it's a bit of a headache, but you know what? We'll do it as we go. At least it's kind of like nice little things rather than one massive thing. So there's that. I actually haven't walked down here for several weeks, and the difference is basically a bit of an eventful morning. Obviously, if any of you follow me for a while, you know I have anxiety, and normally that happens when I start to panic. And how I explain people my anxiety is basically like today I was driving, going along the dual carriageway, everything was fine, and then all of a sudden something clicked in my head, went, oh, did you take your clutch off? And I'm like, did you take your handbrake off? And I was like, of course I am, because I'm driving. But it's that sort of mentality that you believe yourself so much that you start to panic a little bit, and I experienced that today. What didn't help with it initially was actually driving to Widnes, which is only about a 15-minute drive, and I went the wrong way. Normal, completely normal, it happens. You're not going to go, if you've gone somewhere you're not familiar with, of course you're going to go the wrong way. But in my head I was like, oh my god, I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late for my eye test. Everything's going to go wrong. And I started to panic, and I was just like, I just want to pull over and cry. It was that sort of situation, but I was like, no. I should kind of do a little head shake to shake it off. And then I carried on driving, got into the car park, and I kind of went, oh, okay, no big deal. Absolutely fine, you know, it's just driving. I didn't hurt anyone. Yes, I made a mistake, but I was safe about it. I just have to keep on repeating that to myself, and I was fine. And then everything was done. It took about an hour and a half. I didn't expect to be in Widnes for so long, but you know what, it's fine, it's my day off. I was expecting not to be done until lunchtime anyway. And then driving out, followed all the lines, and a car beeped at me, and I was like, okay, that's bit weird. Checked that it wasn't one way, it was definitely two ways that you could get out of the car park. I had to go into another car park because the lines were going through it, but that one you had to pay for. So now in the back of my mind I'm going, oh my god, if it's got like CCTV, they're going to charge me and all this other stuff because I've driven around in the car to get out. And then I was like, no, actually, if the road signs say to go through that bit of car park, then I'm fine. And plus I didn't stop, and plus the car park had four cars out of 100. So it's happened to my boyfriend before. He's driven into a car park to get out of to basically turn around, and they sent him a fine, and he was like, no. He basically said, I went in there to basically turn around, the car park was empty, there's no need for the fine. And they were like, oh yeah, we're sorry, it's an automatic fine, etc, etc. But yeah, I'm just kind of panicking about that, which for me is normal.
and even my voice is going because I'm just like, oh my god, okay. But there's nothing to worry about. I need to remind myself that I am my worst enemy when it comes to this sort of overthinking, and you have to be logical about it. So to help me calm down from it, I started singing on the way to dropping some parcels off, which is where I saw some of my artwork. So thank you for the guys who bought some. I really do appreciate it. It helps me just to get that a little bit further into financial freedom, and I thought it's a really nice walk, it's a really nice day. Just come out and enjoy it and breathe and listen to the world as it goes by, basically. So this is how much it's changed. It's gone super, super green compared to what it was. And someone's bike's in the river. Just a standard day. Okay, so really random, but for those who don't know, I'm a bit of a, well, a gardener. So I've just spotted this. This is a little fern and it's doing its little twirly edge bit where it's coming out the ground. This is quite a small one, but I just love it. It's just so funny how they like spring, well, literally spring to life. There's a better one over here, which is a lot bigger, that you can see it. Zoom in a bit more. That one there. I just love how it's like, hello, welcome to the world. I'm ready for a new year. Right. Hi, I'm back. Don't worry, it's the same day, if you can tell from the clearing. I came home, everything was fine. I felt really tired and I just felt a little bit nervous. I am okay now. I had a cup of tea, had some food, watched a bit of Gardener's World, and I feel a lot better. And I thought I've got to edit some videos anyway that are going live this week. So I'll just quickly basically show you what's going on. So I've got a piece that I've been, if anyone watches my mixed media pieces on my channel, they go up every Monday. They're like ASMR, me doing some sort of composition with leftover acrylic skins, resin skins, bits of paint. I basically put tissue paper over the top of it to then influence it with oil paint, and I stuck them onto a board and I got stuck. I was like, what do I want out of this? And I'm still stuck, but the process has gone along a little bit. I've basically painted it, or painted over it, in a very dilute colour of a photograph that I took when I went to Wolsey. Still can't say it, guys. Someone did mention it, did put a comment on my, actually on a video on how to pronounce it. Still can't. I feel so bad. But it is what it is. At least it's not completely horrendous. You can kind of tell what it is. Saying that, like, when I mentioned that I've gone to Widnes today, the first time I ever went, well, I ever mentioned that name because my other half was looking for places to live, I called it Widnes, and he just looked at me like I had just shot him in the foot. It was really funny. I was like, what? You're not gonna go live in Widnes? What's wrong with that? It was just dead serious, and I didn't even realise. And he was like, it's Widnes. I was like, oh, okay. But that's a story for another time. Yeah, this painting, not sure how I feel about it at the moment. I will show you it in a second, but I feel like I needed to give a bit of context behind it. But yeah, the only thing I could think that I want to do after this is wait for it to dry and then go like cover it up with chalk to give this nice effect of like disappearance and fogginess. But I'm not sure because it's got something that I like, a characteristic that I like, and that's the textures and the fact that it's not flat, it's three-dimensional because it's bits of paper put on top of each other, then with layers of paint, tissue paper, and then that's been influencing the whole entire outcome. And it's kind of like fighting with the material and trying to get out what I want out of it. And a vigorous fight. It's almost like the medium is fighting back at me. It's still missing something and I don't know quite what it is. I'm a bit stuck, and that for me it always happens. That's why I like to have multiple things on the go, because I can then go to something else that's either just straightforward drawing. Like I've got some oil pastel drawings that I've been doing from photographs of France when I went to France, of some really lovely landscapes, and I've just been using it on blue paper, background blue paper, and just been using oil pastels to draw literally what I'm seeing rather than trying to experiment with what is there. It doesn't mean the quality isn't there. It's like several different ways I make paintings, so like you can see one in the background, that one's half finished. I still haven't gone back to it. That's more realistic than this one. However, the quality of them both, what I want from it is different, and how to translate that into the medium and how I am able to get it from A to B is just one of those weird things, because every single artwork is different. I want something different out of it. Yes, they may look the same, some of them are far more realistic than others, but what I want, like I said, what I want out of it is completely different from what's speaking to me, if it makes sense. Like this one's from a few years ago, whereas this one's from last week, even though I've been working on it for a couple months. It doesn't seem like it because, well, it shouldn't be that long. Technically, if I was full-time, this would probably be about 2 weeks worth of work. However, because I am full-time in retail, it means I can only dedicate so much time to this project, which I am trying to change. That is what YouTube is for, and I'm hoping, well, I'm just being very hopeful. And you're part of the process, so thank you for joining me. Just want to slide that underneath there. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to show you it. You can be as brutal as possible because this is all about process and trying to trigger something in my head to then change, because it's just one of those things you have to try and argue with. It looks so much better on when you've got the light on it compared to when I'm trying to take a screenshot. So that's it there. Try and bring it forward a bit. There you go. You can, try not to cut my face. You can see I cut this bit of board off, and I did originally slot it in here to try and make it a bit more three-dimensional, but then I realised I didn't like it and it just didn't work. But loving the actual shape of it. On the camera it does look really good. What is it? What is it missing? Like I've added in a bit of colour down here, like really a minute yellow, and then washed it out. Same with up here, I've added bits of white, and it's creating an environment that I love, but there's something missing and I don't know what it is just yet. I think I just need to go back into it with some chalk. Maybe just blur some bits out. But if anyone has any comments they'd like to mention about what I need to do with it, or it's something blatantly obvious that is just staring at me in the face, then please do tell me, because I hear about it from someone else, because it's a completely different perspective from someone than it is from my own eyes. There's several different ways I like to look at an artwork when it's irritating me and I don't know what to do with it. One is obviously take a photograph because it's flipped. Then you can look at it in a negative view, so you can see where it's contrasting a lot and whether or not it's dark enough or light enough or kind of complementing. Because this isn't also monochrome, which I'm normally used to using, it's hard. It's very hard for me to be able to balance out, and the whole point of it is to be able to get that balance, because I'm not going to do stuff, I'm not going to create an artwork that I just know how to do. I want to be able to constantly challenge myself, but when I get to that point where I'm challenging myself and I need to take a breath, I need to take a step away, then I go back to the artworks that I know how to make and how to create, because I'm still churning the cogs, I think it's called, churning the gears. So I'm still in that creative process. Like I've looked at quite a few artists that do some sort of abstraction painting, landscape, all the lovely words that you can just type into Google and find those images of. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this to one side and see go on from there, really, because it's just irritating me so much and I don't know what it is. And often sometimes if that happens and I don't know what it is that I'm staring at, but I don't physically want to pick up a piece of, like, a paintbrush or a pen or pencil to edit it, it only means it's finished. Yeah, it might be finished, but it's not what I want. But this could be finished, so I might leave it for a few days because it is oil based. It means it'll take about a week to dry anyway.
and if I want to use chalk on top of it, I'm going to have to wait for it to dry anyway, so I think I'll just leave it for a week, come back to it, and then deal with whatever the hell I need to deal with. I'll be able to do at least some artist research in the meantime. That's basically what's been happening. I'm trying to figure out what else has happened within my life. Now more than ever, I want to leave my full-time job. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. There's a lot of benefits to where I work. There's a lot of little things that are changing, which I'm like, that's going to affect everyone. And I'm in a position where I'm luckily I'm salaried, whereas everyone else, or a large portion of the store isn't. So it's going to affect them the most. And then obviously if they don't get what they want, they're going to leave because of, well, basically what was happening. And I can't really go into much detail because I don't want to give it away where I work, because you end up showing up being like, hi, she hates her job. I don't hate my job. I feel like this is my calling. Art is my calling. I mean, I've always been very certain of what I've wanted in life, and this is one of the things that I want. I've even said it to my boyfriend, like, with every single guy I've dated, I knew instantly if they would go, like, if they were my type or not. And I even said to him, like, normally I'd be able to tell within a couple of hours or even a couple of minutes if that person is right for me and whether or not it's worth taking that hit. But anyway, I'm going to end this vlog here. That's just really random and tangent, but it's a bit of me. But yeah, I'm going to leave this vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know how long this is. I know some people like a little bit of a rambly rant vlog style, and it's a nice little insight into my life, not just as an artist but as an everyday person. My life, I'm sure it's very different from yours. I know that a lot of people are, well, especially after COVID, knowing that what they want from a job is more. I'm not the only one out there who's, you know, searching for a job that meets their needs more than just sustainability and that guaranteed income at the end of the month. But yeah, anyway, I need to stop going off tangent. I need to say goodbye. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. And don't forget to check out my links to all my social medias and also my eBay selling account, which is where you'll find all my artworks that I feature on my channel. In the meantime, please do check out any of the other links in my description box. Also a PayPal donation page in there as well if you'd like to make a donation. I do loads of different videos each week. I upload 4 videos a week. I do like an ASMR, I do painting, drawing, sketchbooks. I do a lot. I try to make as much time as possible for this world because it's what and who I am. So why am I not going to upload 4 days a week? I would like to do 5, but I think that's just pushing a bit too much. Hope you guys enjoyed. I shall see you later. Bye!